Hello everyone, it's the weekend. Welcome again to Mass United Insurance's Line and Length. I'm Barry Wilkinson. It's the cricket program where we look at the sport not only in the region but internationally as well. Hello to all of our friends on Scene TV, Sportsmax and whichever station you may be watching around the region. Well, on today's show, the former Leeward Islands and West Indies cricketer Omari Banks is back with us. He's going to look at all of the criticism that has been levelled against Shivnarayan Shandapal and Craig Brathwaite to a lesser extent about the first test, and some people were very critical of perhaps how they batted. Omari is here to talk about that. Plus, Andrew Seeley, he's going to head into the camp of the Barbados Tridents as they get ready to leave to go to India to play in the Champions League. And Omari, of course, is going to stay to do another song from his wonderful album called Moving On. This time, he's going to sing Unafraid. All of this and more in the next half hour of Mass United Insurance's Line and Length. Good. Promo.
Yeah.
Across the Caribbean, more people are placing their trust in Massey United Insurance for the protection of the things that are important to them, their homes, businesses, and their prized possessions. That's because Massey United Insurance offers excellent general insurance coverage to help you manage whatever life sends your way. Our cadre of well-reputed agencies and trained insurance professionals are always ready to provide you with sound advice and prompt service. Choose the security and sound strength that is Massey United Insurance.
I live cool, I live fresh, I live life without the stress. Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Lima Call. Feel the energy, feel the breeze, I feel like doing as I please. Relaxation comes with these, I live cool with Lima Call.
Live cool with Limacol and feel the freshness of a breeze in a bottle. Limacol is trusted the world over and gives that easy, breezy Caribbean feel to all.
Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol.
So welcome back then to Mass United Insurance's Line and Length by popular demand. Back with us is Omari Banks. I know the second test has started, but we're going to look back at that very first test match because, Omari, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, there was some unfair criticism being levelled at Shivnarayan Shandapal and perhaps Craig Brathwaite to a lesser extent about perhaps the way they batted and the approach they took, particularly on the second morning. I want to get your thoughts as a cricketer. First of all, I want to put this on the table. Do you still think that there is a pivotal role for Shivnarayan Shandapal to play, or to be played in this test team at the moment?
Well, I think his record speaks for itself. The fact that he's been such a consistent player over a long period of time speaks to his determination, speaks to his character, speaks to his quality. He's a player that has always managed to work out and be able to be successful within the West Indies team. With regards when it comes to him batting too slow, I think the fact that he won the test match with a couple sessions in hand, I think to be critical or overly critical in that situation, I think I wouldn't be too critical of somebody who's played in a team, been successful for a long time, the second leading run scorer in the history of West Indies cricket, and is still a consistent performer. Obviously, in a test match, there are different periods when you would need to accelerate the scoring, and it would be I guess every match is different. And in retrospect, I'm looking back right now and thinking that the fact that he won the match, I think that speaks volumes for how he played the situation. Because I know him personally as a player, and I always thought he was one that tries to play to the situation of the game. Yeah. And I wouldn't be overly critical of Shandapal at all. With regards to Craig Brathwaite now, I watched a lot of his innings and I thought that he's a young player that batted with immense control. Yeah. Coming from a young player, it's not very often that you find a player to command such a presence at the crease when it comes to a mixture between attack and defense. And it's a test match, it's not 2020. Yeah. I think we get caught up sometimes where we want to see quick run scoring, and sometimes it is necessary. But I think in that West Indies team, we've got enough players that can accelerate the scoring at different times. We got young Bravo, we got Chris Gale. And so I think the roles that both these guys play, Shandapal and Brathwaite, I think is absolutely necessary in that West Indies team.
Omari, you mentioned something I think which is critical. We actually won the test match with more than 2 sessions to go. and we also won it despite dropping 6 catches, which perhaps could have meant the game could have finished earlier on the 4th day.
Exactly. Definitely. Dropping 6 catches is something that's...
And especially when we consider now, not to cross you, that we are about to head to India and then to South Africa. I don't think we can afford to drop MS Dhoni or AB de Villiers more than twice.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the stakes get higher. The higher the opposition. And I think when we play against the likes of South Africa, India, all the higher ranked teams, it's going to be even more important that we hold on to those catches. 6 catches is a lot. Yeah. 6 catches is a lot. I know in cricket, I mean, from day to day, there's always it's a different kettle of fish every time you go there to play, and some days you're going to have a good day and a bad day. But 6 catches are a little bit extreme. But the good part of the matter of the whole thing is that they won the match. But what they're going to have to do as a team is that they're going to have to put that behind them but learn from it. What's going to be important is that the people who drop the catches, the coach, they just take that little bit of time to do a little extra catching. That doesn't mean that they can't catch, but I mean, like anything else in life, sports is about confidence. Yeah. And so it's going to be important that they get out there and feel, don't just say it just was a bad day, but put in that work. I think that a lot of times that work makes it a bit more comfortable to know that, okay, I dropped that catch, okay, but I got the next one covered. But it's going to be very important when they play against the next opposition to ensure that they hold on to those catches. Because the bigger teams, when you make a mistake like that, you will pay for it. That one catch sometimes is the difference between 150 runs or 200 runs. Because if you drop a top line batsman, you're going to suffer. And let's hope that they learn from that, and that the next time that they get out there for West Indies, if you drop 1 or 2, I guess we can be a little bit more lenient on you. But 6 catches is quite a few.
Now, of course, we spoke about Shivnarine Chanderpaul, Craig Brathwaite, the catching of the West Indies, which is going to be very important. But going forward, the West Indies are under a new selection panel. I want to ask Omari about this new selection panel. Clive Lloyd, Courtney Walsh, Eldin Baptiste, and of course Courtney Brown, who remains on the panel. What are your thoughts in terms of where should they be looking? Should they be still looking at the Chris Gales, the Dwayne Bravos, the older players that have been there, or do you think that going to India, going to South Africa, having to play England next year, and also having to play Australia next year, it might be time now to start blooding for younger players? What is your thoughts on the selection panel going forward?
I like the fact that you like to ask me these questions. You're
not playing your guitar just yet, so the music has to be played later.
No. I'll be honest with you. I've never been one to really get involved in too much selection. I don't like that, especially as a past player. But I'll say this: I'll be as honest as possible. I'll be as honest as I can be. The truth of the matter is that I think there's a mixture within any team. There's got to be a balance between youth and experience. The likes of Bravo and Gale have been successful. I had some measure of success, and I would definitely say they should be part of a West Indies team looking to take on those oppositions. We've got some. I think we got a good nucleus of guys. I think it's going to be down to the selectors to say, okay, this over the past couple of months, over this match, over the past couple of matches, I think that these guys have been shown that they are in the best nick of form, and I think they should go on something like that as well. Not as opposed to saying, okay, a couple months outside the matches that we are going to select this person, or we're going to select that person. So I think we should leave it, get a little bit closer to those days to decide who is going to be part of the team. But I definitely will support a mixture of experience and the youth.
Dinesh Ramdin has been criticized by some of the commentators. To me, I don't see the need for the criticism, but I mean, he's still on a learning curve. Your thoughts on the new West Indies captain? Because he is still new, Dinesh Ramdin, the kind of job he's done so far, given what he's had to work with.
The West Indies cricket captain is always going to be a difficult one. It's very hard to say a captain over the past 10, 15 years who they've always supported, or whether the media, the fans, to say that they've been happy with their performance throughout. Dinesh Ramdin is one who's been captain in West Indies at the 15s and the 19s and now the senior team. So he's been groomed for this job. I know him personally, and I think that he's somebody who has a good knowledge of the game. So I think we've got, like anything else, he's got to continue to learn, because international cricket is a little bit different from the 19s and the 15s. But he's just got to continue to learn from the past matches, learn from watching, do a lot of video footage, watch a lot of video footage from the opposition that you're going to play, understand different batsmen, understand the dynamics of the fields and the conditions that you're under. And I think he's well aware of that. So I think with experience, he'll get better. But we know in the professional game, you got to gather that experience very fast because there's always somebody looking to take over. So, but personally, I think Jenny Shrambin has a very good knowledge of the game, and so far he's done a commendable job.
All right. When we come back on Mass United Insurance's Line and Length, we're going to head down to the 3Ws Oval. Andrew Seeley is going to have a chat. Don't forget, the Barbados Tridents are about to leave this island and head to India to play in the Champions League. Andrew's going to catch up with the team and see how they're preparing for that big trip. Don't move a muscle.
Across the Caribbean, more people are placing their trust in Massey United Insurance for the protection of the things that are important to them, their homes, businesses, and their prized possessions. That's because Massey United Insurance offers excellent general insurance coverage to help you manage whatever life sends your way. Our cadre of well-reputed agencies and trained insurance professionals are always ready to provide you with sound advice and prompt service. Choose the security and sound strength that is Massey United Insurance.
I live cool, I live fresh, I live life without the stress. Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol. Feel the energy, feel the breeze, I feel like doing as I please. Relaxation comes with these, I live cool with Limacol.
Live cool with Limacol and feel the freshness of a breeze in a bottle. Limacol is trusted the world over and gives that easy, breezy Caribbean feel to all.
Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol.
Welcome back to Massey United Insurance's Line and Length, and as promised, Desmond Haynes is with us, the Barbados Tridents getting ready for the Champions League. Desmond, how are things going?
Not too bad, I think that we had some practice at Carlton. We also done one day at Kensington Oval, and the guys are really up for it. Obviously, we're going to have some replacements, so we're hoping to meet up with the rest of the guys in India. But really and truly, the guys who came from Trinidad and the Barbadian guys here, they all look very keen. As you know, they're playing on the world stage. It's a big occasion for them, and the guys are really keen about it.
Of course, it's a major challenge. The Barbados Tridents, or whatever name it's called, it's a Caribbean team at the Champions League, and you're facing some stiff opposition, some of the big IPL teams. In terms of the mental preparation, how the guys prepared for the large stage, as you mentioned?
Well, as coach, what I'm trying to do is to make sure that I have a very relaxed dressing room. I'm trying to make sure that the guys don't put themselves under any pressure. I know playing in India with the big crowds, you can find yourself playing under pressure. Looking at it, we are seen as underdogs, so again, that should relieve some of the pressure. But basically just try to let the guys go out there, perform your skills, and hopefully if you come off and do well, there's a possibility that you can also get a IPL contract. So there's a lot riding on this tournament for a lot of the local guys. So I guess the guys are very keen and they're hoping to do very well in the tournament.
Coming out of the Caribbean Premier League, the Barbados Tridents were not seen as one of the two favourites, and you certainly, some would say, outperformed the other teams. Your thoughts on how that tournament went?
Well, last year, the first year we played, we won our first 5 games. And we just were trying players at the end because obviously qualifying, and then you want to give guys the opportunity to know if they could play this format of the game. But this year, I think what we've done this year is that we plan very well, and also the guys execute as well, because even if you plan well and the guys then don't go and perform, the plan is not really going to make any sense. But I thought that, with Polly captaincy as well, he done some strange things as captain, but also he took some chances, which is something that, as a coach or even my position as a mentor this year, it was very pleasant to see, you know, whereas that you were acting on your feet, you know, he was making decisions when, you know, probably think that he should do something else, and you know, luckily for us, a lot of those decisions paid off. So I just thought that we plan well, you know, we also execute well, and I think that is a situation where, you know, being, you know, a team that people weren't really too worried about, because I remember when we went to St. Kitts, you know, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, and everybody was very much relaxed and thinking about, you know, they're just got to win one game and they're into the finals. So it so happened that we went to St. Kitts hoping to be in the 4th position, and luckily for us, you know, we went straight through to the finals.
You have a new captain as you head towards India. Well, new in the sense that Paulie's gone, as you mentioned. I know you're sweet on him. But Riyad Emrit has done some captaincy and has done it particularly well for Trinidad and Tobago. So it's not totally new to him.
Yeah, I mean, Riyad has been captain not only Trinidad, but Riyad has been captain club cricket and at trials for Trinidad. So he's really a senior member of the side, and also, you know what leadership is all about. So I'm confident that Riyad would do well. You know, he's quite similar to Paulie, you know, judging from, you know, what he's been saying to me and for what I've been inquiring about, asking some fellas about who've played against him, where is that he would take chances, you know, and which is something that you always want to do as a 2020 cricketer. You know, they don't want to be stereotyped. You want to be able to make decisions on your feet. You want to be able to say, well, look, you know, I really need to, you know, try something, give a guy a one over when everybody expect you to bowl somebody else. So, you know, it's 2020 cricket. You know, you got to take chances, and then you just got to hope that, you know, you're right, whatever luck is there.
Let's go over to Riyad Emrit now, the captain of the Tridents. Riyad, a challenge for you. You've been a captain before, but a challenge at Champions League. Captain, first time.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's an international tournament. It's a huge tournament. All the big guns are there, and Barbados Tridents here for the first time. Me as captain in that tournament for the first time. It's going to be a huge challenge for me, but I'm up for it.
Desmond Haynes, the coach mentor of the Barbados Tridents, says he's quite satisfied with what he's seen and heard from you so far. So his expectation is that you'll continue in the type of frame where the Tridents surprise people.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that he's happy with what I've done so far. The camp has gone well so far. We got a couple of sessions out in the middle. We've done some fitness sessions with the trainer, and you know, I'm just going to give it my best, and hopefully we can go to India and get some success.
You have been there before with the Trinidad and Tobago national team when they went as the Red Steel, and so you actually Red Force, sorry. So you actually understand what happens there at the Champions League. Obviously, the crowds, the environment, totally different from the Caribbean. Yeah,
the crowds is twice the amount that you get here for a T20 game. The excitement is always there. When you're there, you want to play cricket. The expectations is always high. You know what I mean? So. I'm up for it. It's a different team. Red Force is a totally different team from this team. But I like what I'm seeing of the guys, you know, the effort that they're giving out. And hopefully when the international players join us, it's going to be the same.
Okay, in terms of competition, obviously there's several Caribbean players, Trinidadians, Jamaicans in the tournament. So you would not be totally lost. But obviously you expect to overcome them.
Yeah, of course. If Mumbai qualifies, you know, they're going to be in the same group with us. You know, Kyron is going to be there. Simo is going to be there as well. But I think, you know, our team, they wealth of experience with the senior guys, the international guys, and the younger guys, what they've shown in the CPL. I think, you know, with that blend together, we can do well.
That's Riyad Emrit, and we want to say good luck to you at the Champions League. You're watching Massey United Insurance's Line and Life, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
Across the Caribbean, more people are placing their trust in Massey United Insurance for the protection of the things that are important to them, their homes, businesses, and their prized possessions. That's because Massey United Insurance offers excellent general insurance coverage to help you manage whatever life sends your way. Our cadre of well-reputed agencies and trained insurance professionals are always ready to provide you with sound advice and prompt service. Choose the security and sound strength that is Massey United Insurance.
I live cool, I live fresh, I live life without the stress. Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Lima Call. Feel the energy, feel the breeze, I feel like doing as I please. Relaxation comes with these, I live cool with Lima Call.
Live cool with Limacol and feel the freshness of a breeze in a bottle. Limacol is trusted the world over and gives that easy, breezy Caribbean feel to all.
Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol.
Thank you so much, Andrew. So we're back on the program for the last lap. Of course, Omari Banks stays with us. We heard from him last week when he did a wonderful rendition on his new album called Moving On. This time to close the show, Omari Banks is back. He's doing a piece called Unafraid.
I was a young man. The situations would dictate how we would plan. You were a friend, always there to give a smile and lend a hand, finding reasons to prove what we're doing was right, but never once the truth would ever hide. I know it's hard for lovers to say their goodbyes, but moving on will sever all ties. How could we be so unafraid to love? How could we be so irresponsible? Easy it seems that we've mistaken love, so goodbye maybe we'll keep in touch. What felt so right over time was changed with mistrust and sweet lies. A little compromise did at first before the water turned to ice, finding reasons to prove what we're doing was right, but never once the truth would ever hide. Girl, I know it's hard for lovers to say their goodbyes, but moving on will sever all ties. How could we be so unafraid to love? How could we be so irresponsible? It's easy, it seems, when we've mistaken love, so goodbye, maybe we'll keep in touch. Forgive me for wanting to go. With time your sorrow won't show. I miss you but we have to say our goodbyes. Perfect love is rare and hard to find. How could we be so unafraid to love? How could we be so irresponsible? How could we be so unafraid to love? How could we be so irresponsible? It's easy, mistaken love, so goodbye maybe we'll keep in touch.
No, it is not Eric Clapton, it's Omari Banks, the former Leeward Islands and West Indies cricketer. He's put cricket now fully behind him. He's moved on in every sense of the word with a tremendous music career in front of him. And Omari, thank you for being with us in Barbados for the last couple of weeks. We really wish you all the best. You can look for Omari, of course, online and on Facebook. You can check in and see where he's going to be performing over the next couple of months. He's back to Anguilla tomorrow. Get there safely, and we're out for another week on Mass United Insurance's Line and Left. I want to thank Andrew, of course, Omari Banks, and all of the rest of the people we had on this week. On to next week then. Bye-bye.